Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner Classic Lesson and Classics. This is episode number 1910 and Doubleshot number 1804. Now, this is the first two straight comic corners I'm going to do. Now, basically, the first one I'm doing, and both of them feature DC trades. First up, it is Superman City of Tomorrow, Volume 2. Collecting issues of the four Superman titles. Four ongoing Superman titles. We have Action Comics 764 to 768. Adventures of Superman 577 to 581. Superman Volume 2 issues 155 to 159. And Superman the Man of Steel issues 99 to 103. Wow, that's a lot of stuff here. Unlike the first book, which basically took up like the last little bit of 1999, the last month, and basically went through like about the first portion of the year 2000, these issues here all came out in 2000. Yep. And like in the case of the first volume, the artists are not listed on here for some reason. I'm not sure why, but these are your writers. You have Joe Kelly, Jeff Loeb, Jay and the Madias, and of course you have Ed McGuinness, obviously. Who writes these respective titles? Obviously. I don't know. I honestly don't have any idea. We have one called The Private Life of Clark Kent. Yeah, this actually is a nod to an old pre-crisis story from Superman Family, where it features Superboy, and it's done by Jeff Loeb and McGuinness. So this is probably from Superman because Jeff Loeb was actually the writer of Superman at this point in time. Yes. So who probably wrote the other two? Let's see. It could be either Joe Kelly or it could have been Jan the Madius. Alright, 764 for Action Comics. This is written by Joe Kelly. Yep, Joe Kelly is the writer for this one. And pretty much in the way there's this navigation for Superman. Yes. As for Superman, the Man of Steel, 99, that's by Mark Schultz. Who actually ended up being a writer for Batman Superman. I believe he was the final writer of the book. Well, actually, he was actually one of the big writers of the book. Now, he would take over issue 87, and he'd actually be the final writer of Superman of Steel. Yes, he would be definitely the final writer up until the final issue, which was issue 134. Now, you might be curious, though. At one point, did the Superman numbering ended? That is obviously, well, it didn't end with this issue. No, it didn't. Like, in the case of Man of Steel, what could have been the issue that basically basically discontinued? Like, it was continued even until 2002. Yeah, that's how far they went with this whole navigation stuff, and they pretty much did it for a long freaking time. I'd say probably 121 was probably the last issue where it was under this thing. Yes, it was 122 definitely was the final issue of the series where it was under this particular numbering, this particular navigation, because I think it was like not long after this particular thing wrapped up. I'm trying to look and see exactly like when did the navigation end. So I think it may have ended with Action Comics 600. Possibly yes, but the thing is, I honestly don't have any idea. Now, Superman obviously was Jeff Loeb and McGuinness. Kano was the artist for Action Comics, but what about Avengers Superman? Well, excuse me, the writers are Stuart Immonen, who was also the co-artist of the book, with Jay Ferber. Yep, Jay Ferber was the writer. Mm-hmm. Yep. Now, of course, you have a lot of stuff happening over the course issues, like Superman and the Parasite. Superman also being estranged from his wife Lois for reasons related to the book, and they have fighting each other. Oh, by the way, the very next thing that happens after this is Emperor Joker. I'm not kidding. That's the very next thing that happens. Yep. There's also with Steel. We also have Lex Luthor announcing he's running for president. He would actually be president for about 3 years. He actually would run in 2000 and win. This basically relates to the whole 2000 election thing. But those are the things that happen over the course of the issues. But a lot of it also has more development on Steel. He gets a lot of development in the course of his issues. And of course his niece Natasha. Now, in case you're curious though, is there any lead up until Our World's at War? No, that doesn't come until the following year. Mm-hmm. But good stuff here for Superman Save It Tomorrow. All I read is if you're a Superman fan, obviously. It's got good artwork. Ed McGinnis is a really good artist. Alright, next up we have Justice League of America, The Nail. You're probably thinking, what the heck is this? Well, this actually is a trade paper that collects the two miniseries, The Nail. We have The Nail, 1-3, and Another Nail, 1-3 as well. Yeah, simply put, these two miniseries are what if, basically, on the way for the Kents meeting up with their son, they get flat tire via frickin' Nail. And this apparently changes the course of DC history with no Superman. Yes, the first miniseries came out in 1989. The second one came out in like 2000 something. It was 2004. Written and drawn by Alan Davis. Yes, Alan Davis did this stuff. Very interesting idea. Like also seeing like you have Big Bard, part of the Green Lantern Corps. You basically have a lot of people part of just like this point in time than usual. So it's all to take on that, which is fine. Not really much noteworthy stuff here, aside from we see the classic regular DC characters. It's okay. I give this book roughly a 9 out of 10. Oh, what about City of Tomorrow? I give that roughly also 9 out of 10 as well. But yeah, literally like the very next thing that happens like right after those issues is Emperor Joker, which is a crossover between all the Superman books at that point in time. Excuse me. I believe it was also the first one they had in several years at that point in time. Yes. So yeah, that's episode of the episode. This one's quite short because not a lot to talk about these two books. Just that for Superman City Tomorrow, it's just regular traditional Superman stuff. Now, my guess is also the City Tomorrow stuff is done similarly to how the Batman books were done, basically with the Cape Crusader and the Dark Detective stuff. The only difference is that, well, if you look at, let's say, Shadow of the Bat, for example, that was a very self-contained series. I think in the case of City Tomorrow, that was simply DC's thing of basically doing what they were doing back in the 90s with the whole navigation stuff, where you have one comic and when it ends, it leads into another comic, and another comic, and another comic, and another comic. Yeah, I guess it was a marketing strategy that continued around until 2002. And I think like the whole navigation thing ended with issue 600 of Action Comics. That's actually who was Avengers Superman. Yep, so yeah, that's basically a one more comic we're going to do. And I think I was thinking of doing Harem Alive in Our World. I think I might save it for tomorrow at this point in time. Yeah, sorry I won't get a chance to, but basically do a comic corner would be quite interesting this one, okay? Next video. Bye.